I can stop cooking at any time. Hi, I'm Phil.
Hi, I'm Kevin.
Welcome to Pretty Good Cooking.
Pretty good.
Tonight on the show, we're going to show you how to make an Egg McMuffin meal prep. That's right. In the busy lives of new parents, you need to prep food ahead because you don't always have time to cook food. However, we have so many people here, there might not be much prep. We might just eat all of the Egg McMuffins, and that's okay. So let's begin. We're going to make 12 Egg McMuffins. 12. Can you put up 2 fingers, Kevin? 12 Egg McMuffins, that's how many we're making. Therefore, instead of making them individually, we're gonna make them en masse. And then we're gonna freeze whatever we don't eat tonight. So, we need to cook a bunch of eggs in a dish. And this will be our dish tonight, it'll be a casserole. Now, I am a young father, and some of those instincts have started to kick in. So I was doing some calculus here, which is, if you look at this particular casserole, this is a 9 by 13 according to the bottom, 9.3 inches by 13.3 inches. And just for your edification, top measure as it goes across is actually about 10 inches. And this side is about 16. But that is not entirely relevant because the eggs will be cooked in the bottom. So 9 by 13, we gotta think about surface area as it applies to the Egg McMuffins. Now, a muffin over here has a radius of approximately 4 inches. You can see that there, about 4 inches. Yes, diameter, excuse me. A radius of 2 inches. Thank you, John. So, if you have a 9 by 13 and you're cutting that into 12 pieces, it's going to be approximately 3 by 4, which is not going to give you entire muffin coverage. I have no recommendation on how to overcome this. I just wanted to acknowledge that the egg's going to be a little smaller than the muffin.
Are you sure that's calculus?
It's not. It's not calculus. Okay, so we're going to grease up this pan. I'm using cooking spray, but you could use butter. And we're going to beat some eggs. All right, Mr. Kevin, could you be so kind as to crack all of these eggs into this bowl?
How many eggs is it? 12.
1 egg per muffin. While Kevin's doing that, I'm going to prepare some sausage, which is an optional ingredient. You don't got to add it. And we will not be adding it to every single McMuffin tonight. Not everybody eats meat. But here I have some Whit Farm mild Italian sausage. I thought that I grabbed breakfast sausage, but I did not. But what's the worst that's going to happen? It's going to taste more. And in similar fashion, I'm gonna push this.
Whoa!
Double yolker?
Yep.
Double yolker! Woo! Anyways. I don't think this is the ideal way to cook sausage at all, but I thought it would be funny to cook it this way, which is kind of like the theme of this dish. Also, this is how much sausage is this? Who can say? I don't know. That's probably around a pound, maybe a little bit more. So my idea was, can I just push this sausage into a thin layer in this pan? And it's pretty firm, so I'm having a hard time already. But maybe if I used an implement.
It's got pork knuckles.
I'd do it. How dare you? How dare you? So here I am pushing the sausage into the pan. You know, maybe it would be easier if the sausage wasn't as cold, but I don't know. But I mean, you get the idea. Like, the thinner the better. But also, maybe that's just as good as it's gonna get.
You're gonna whisk it, Kevin?
Is he supposed to?
Yeah, eventually, yeah. Yeah, you could whisk it. Yeah, go ahead and whisk it. And while we're at it, we're gonna add some hyph and hyph.
How much was that?
Some. Hey, I'm just gonna cook this sausage like this. Just like this. Perfect. Okay, so we're all adults in our 30s, which means that we're a little bit health conscious, at least minimally speaking. So we're gonna enhance our Egg McMuffins today by adding some vegetables to them.
I'm leaving.
You could be mad, John, but you are also a human in his 30s. So we're gonna add some tomatoes and spinach in the Florentine style. So I'm chopping them up small so that when my friends eat their vegetables, they don't complain about them, just like children. So we'll go ahead and pour our egg mixture into the pan. And there it is. And we will sprinkle the tomatoes. This is optional, but this is also not democratic cooking, so we're not taking a vote on it.
Is it communist cooking?
I got no comment. And I am gonna chop the spinach up a bit because we're gonna be cooking these eggs kind of low and slow. There'll be less wilting of the spinach. You know, some adults like the flavor of spinach. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that.
I do.
Nice. Heard a little rumor that maybe John and Kevin are babies. And it, again, that looks like a ton of spinach, and it kind of is actually a lot of spinach for what we're doing. But it will shrink when it cooks, unlike a ballpark hot dog. So we'll go ahead and get that in the oven. We're gonna season it with some salt and pep. If you want to go wild and crazy and add like all-purpose seasoning, you could do that. That'd be pretty good. Seasoned eggs. What a time to be alive. So we're gonna pop that into the oven, and it will bake for 20-ish minutes. And we'll take a quick pause, and while those are cooking, we will make some hash browns, which are gonna be potato pancakes. We will be back.
Yes, we'll be back.
We're gonna make potato pancakes in the Lacey style. Which is gonna be our hash browns tonight. We've made them before in this episode.
What's happening?
I'm working on my sausage patty over here. I wanted to flip it, and it's no problem. It's definitely a big patty. Just a quick update. It's been 19 minutes, and our eggs, they're cooking, but they're not nearly there. So we're gonna let them keep going a little bit longer. Let's see if our eggs are done in another 5 minutes. Give it a try. Okay, our eggs, maybe because of the vegetables, I don't know, took about 30 minutes to cook. And you can see one side is very firm, looks pretty good. The other side is still just a little bit wet, but I think it'll continue to set as it just sits in here. So over here in this pan, I have one thing of English muffins. This is 6 English muffins split in half. And we're gonna prep them. And Kevin is gonna be a real cool guy and individually unwrap these Kraft singles to place on them. There's 6, so you gotta put them on 6 of them.
Oh, wow.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna cut this sausage that John thinks looks like the United States of America if you squint.
Do you agree?
Yeah, do you agree? I did not do a good job of getting this into a shape that would be equal, but we are gonna just use the pizza cutter. Okay, look, 6 perfectly even sausages. Okay, we'll wash our pizza cutter and cut some eggs. While the other half of this continues to set, I'm gonna slice up some pieces over here. I actually think maybe we'll pop that back in the oven a little longer. John's laughing, but it's not nearly as bad as it looks. Stop laughing, John. It's not that funny. We'll pop it back in. I wonder if like the rack position in my oven is making the difference there. I don't know.
Alas, the divided states.
That's right.
Kevin, you should tell Phil this is what he gets for eating vegetables.
This is what you get for eating vegetables.
Kevin, you like only eat vegetables.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. But we're not talking about me. We're talking about you.
That's fair. Okay, 12 years later, we have some eggs, and they are not fully cooked, which is good, because you are going to continue cooking them when you finish them. And as I calculated with my calculus, you can see that we don't have wall-to-wall egg coverage, and that's okay. We'll survive. So I'm just grabbing some of these eggs for the muffins. I've got 4 sausage and 2 not sausage for this batch. And we've got the cheese. Doesn't that look nice? Everybody, doesn't that look nice?
There we go.
Yes, it looks nice. Yes. So we'll go ahead and close those up. And what you might notice is that they're more vertical than what you get from McDonald's. That's because there's more food in them. Okay, I just realized in this moment that I could fit more of these on the pan. However, we're not going to immediately eat more of them. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pop these in. We're gonna put them in the oven at 350 for about 5 minutes, and apparently that's supposed to melt the cheese. But based on everything else I've cooked so far, it's probably gonna take longer. We'll be back soon. By the way, we're cooking those to eat right now. If you're meal prepping them, you would not cook them further at this point. You would put them in parchment paper and then a little baggie for the freezer. And then you can heat it up in the oven or in the microwave or whatever, according to the directions that I may or may not give you. Okay, so we baked them, the cheese is melty, and here is our homemade Egg McMuffin. Just look at that cheese. Just look at that. That looks good.
Wow.
And we will take a picture of that with a little potato pancake, which is definitely not crispy or even warm, but that's okay. Here's the cross section. We're almost done, guys. Here's our cross section. It looks healthy. It looks healthy. Oh no.
All that cheese?
It tastes so good. That's like way better than that for a muffin. Yeah, it's good. You want the other half, Kevin? Of this one? Damn, that's good.
Oh, wow. McDonald's at home is better.
Take note, kids. Make your parents make McDonald's at home. We'll see you next time on PGC.
That's how you do it. That's the outro music, you know.